Miss my ledge dash. You know, it's pretty convenient that I die in October, actually, because now that I'm an apparition haunting the shady abyss beneath Battlefield on this legally procured digital copy of Melee, I have no reason not to share some spooky things about the game. 'Tis the season. Let's get rid of this filter first, though. I mean, come on, VHS gimmicks in 2020? How tasteless can you be? Let's get started. Have you ever been practicing on Fountain of Dreams and felt like someone or something was watching you? Well, there's a good chance you're right, because on Fountain, there's always someone watching. Speaking of being watched, here's Daisy's trophy. Completely normal. She looks, cute. But in 1.01 and earlier versions of Melee, the princess hides a dark secret. Turn Daisy's model and clip into her hair from the back, and witness Daisy's ascended form. A texturing error, giving Daisy a third eye on the back of her head. Spooky. She didn't stay ascended for long though, as this texturing error was fixed in PAL in 1.02. Here's a little developer goof you can do with Kirby and Game & Watch. Inhale Mr. Game & Watch, then use Kirby's neutral special. He flips bacon out of a pan. You know, standard stuff. However, by pressing B on the first frame Kirby is airborne after jumping, you'll perform Kirby's forbidden technique. Satanic pork conjuring ritual. This next one allows you to play as the Shadow version of any character you want. You know Event 18 where you fight Shadow Link? Well, this Shadow Link you fight here was supposed to be just that. Only Link, and only on this specific event. However, by performing the name entry glitch, the same glitch that lets you play as Master Hand and play single-player versus mode matches, you too can become pure darkness as anyone. Enable teams. Pick the same character for every slot and have them be on the same team. Normally, the game won't allow you to progress to stage selection when doing this, because it requires at least one person to be on an opposing team before starting a match. But by doing the name entry glitch, that is, holding A and B over your character's name, releasing A when the name entry menu pops up, then pressing A again to select name entry at the exact moment the game goes to the previous menu due to you still holding B, the game will skip the character select screen and go straight to stage selection, allowing all 4 players to be on the same team. Typically, the game only has to worry about 3 of the same characters being on the same team, so the developers program duplicate characters on a team to be either lighter or darker depending on ports. Given the strange circumstance of 4 of the same character being on one team though, this third, normally inaccessible Shadow variant after the lighter and darker versions happens to be the one the game defaults to, allowing any character to be their Shadow form. This next one is called the Soulbreaker. It involves Mewtwo, any reflectable item, though the most common one is a red shell, and a victim. They have a library down here, by the way. Set up a game with the 3 elements mentioned before. Toss a red shell, then have Mewtwo reflect it 6 times. Because reflecting a projectile increases the percentage inflicted by it, by the 6th reflect, the shell will be strong enough to pass Confusion's 50% damage threshold, leaving Mewtwo in his shield break animation. This is where it gets horrifying. By using Confusion on the red shell and an opponent on the 6th reflect, the character you used Confusion on will be permanently attached to Mewtwo as a terrible flesh abomination, completely helpless, conscious, trapped. Until Mewtwo dies or the affected player is hit by something strong enough. The Soulbreaker works because Mewtwo's Confusion doubles as both a reflector and a command grab. When Mewtwo grabs an opponent at the same time he becomes stunned in a shield break animation, the code to release the grabbed opponent is interrupted. Furthermore, because Mewtwo also isn't damaged during his confusion animation, the code to release the opponent when damaged isn't performed either. With neither of these states activated, the poor soul the Soulbreaker was performed on is left stuck to Mewtwo forever, permanently in the grab state. On top of freezing the opponent you use the Soulbreaker on, you can also freeze other opponents by down-throwing them. Similarly horrifying. The reason this happens and only happens with down throw is unknown to my knowledge, though it's theorized that the game doesn't know how to handle two people being grabbed at the same time by a single character, so it gets a little fucked. Theoretically, this glitch is also tournament legal. At least, I don't see anything explicitly prohibiting its use in the official rule set used at super majors such as Genesis and Super Smash Con, a document which specifically bans the Ice Climber's freeze glitch, a similar glitch, by name. Though it would be very, very difficult to perform. And with that, I think I'm done with the spooky things. Oh right, forgot about phantom hits. Phantom hits are